Just ahead on retirement results, we'll share the power of a results in advance retirement plan. What is it and how can you build one for yourself? We'll give you 3 steps to get there. And we'll play another round of everyone's favorite financial game show, Right or Wrong. Don't go anywhere. Retirement Results starts now. Hello again. Welcome to another edition of Retirement Results with Ford Stokes. I'm Matt McClure here alongside Ford. So are you ready to help people build a better retirement for themselves?
Ready to get started. Let's go.
Let's do it. Let's get right to it, actually. And as always, we like to start off with a little inspiration for our discussions today.
Sure.
And we're going to do that right now with our quote of the week.
Here's our financial wisdom quote of the week.
And this week's quote comes from somebody very, very famous, right? Unknown. That sometimes goes by as alias anonymous, right? So here
Love
we go.
his stuff.
Love it. It's some of the best, really.
Right.
So this time around, that is who the quote is from, and it is this: retirement is not the end of the road; it is the beginning of the open highway. Ford, what you think?
It absolutely is. I mean, we see so many people that look to relaunch, not just retire, when they come in to talk with us. Also, they want to really relaunch their life without a boss. They may not want to work at all. They want to relaunch their life without having to do the 9-to-5 thing. Some want to relaunch a business or relaunch a charity or really work more at their church or spend a lot more time with kids and grandkids. There's all kinds of different ways that open highway in retirement can be implemented and utilized and have a great time and really just enjoyed. And I agree. I think it's a brand new day when people get retired. Also, so many of our folks are going to be retired almost as long as they worked.
Yeah.
And so we take it very seriously. We have one thing in common with so many people, Matt, that work with us. They've got one check to last them the rest of their lives, whether it's business owners or who just sold their business or pre-retirees or retirees. They'll have one check to last them the rest of their lives. And we take that responsibility very seriously. Yeah. We want to help protect and grow their hard-earned and hard-saved assets for a successful retirement.
Yeah, and that really does speak to the importance of having a results-in-advance retirement plan, as we refer to it. Mm-hmm. Talk about that. I mean, what do we mean when we say results-in-advance plan?
Well, in simplest terms, literally, you're going to get your entire retirement, what it looks like year over year, just in a few pages. So we also can help you. We're going to talk a lot today about how to get more efficient with all of your investments. But we'll help you actually delete the IRS from your retirement accounts if you want to do that. We can help you generate a retirement income that you can never outlive. We can help you do that. We can also help you grow your hard-earned assets through assets under management with our investment portfolios and our strategic asset allocation and tactical asset allocation. There's a lot of different things that go into retirement. There's a lot more than people think. In fact, like with Social Security, there's over 2,000 decision points. We're trying to help people maximize their Social Security income too. So all of that goes into that kind of really good stew or gumbo that is a results in advance retirement plan.
I love stew and gumbo.
That's
so
right.
There we go. I'm all for it.
That's right.
So we're going to kind of break down those different elements that you talked about today into 3 steps for our viewers about how to get a results in advance retirement plan for themselves. The first step here is to delete the IRS. You just kind of set it up for that.
Sure.
So talk about, the 2 tax-free investments that are available to Americans today. Let's start off with the Roth IRA and the importance of that in deleting the IRS.
Yeah, so with a Roth IRA, you want to kind of move money from your IRA over to your Roth IRA. And one hint that we like to give to clients is we want to move it dollar for dollar. So as you move money over from your IRA to your Roth IRA, we want to pay the taxes that's owed within that tax year because that's considered ordinary income according to the IRS when you do your Roth IRA conversion and you move money from your IRA to your Roth IRA. We want to use it in savings account, investment account dollars, or whatever we can do to pay the taxes on that. So let's say you move $100,000 and you're in a 20% tax bracket. You're going to move $100,000 over. You want to do that from your IRA to your Roth IRA, and you want to take $20,000 from your investment account or savings account or checking account and pay the taxes on that. So therefore, when your IRA goes down, your Roth IRA goes up commensurately equal to the amount that you withdrew from your IRA. That is going to allow you to take money from a tax deferred bucket to a tax-free bucket and use taxable dollars within a taxable account to pay the taxes on that. So you're going to really maximize those tax-free dollars within your Roth IRA.
Yeah, tax-free withdrawals in retirement are huge. And the other kind of tax-free investment that I mentioned a second ago in the setup here is life insurance. Now, people watching are probably saying, well, okay, I thought life insurance was just, for a death benefit for my loved ones. It'll take care of them. But I didn't know that there was any aspect that had to do with retirement as well.
Yeah, you can actually generate tax-free retirement income from an index universal life policy or a whole life policy. Life insurance and Roth IRAs are only two truly tax-free investments out there. A lot of people think municipal bonds are tax-free, but in fact, interest generated from municipal bonds contribute to additional Medicare surcharges and additional taxation on your Social Security income.
Yeah.
So we like to see people invest in Roth IRAs through Roth ladder conversion or Roth contribution. And also we work with 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds on life insurance policies that can do a lot of different things, but specifically our clients use them to pay for kids' college and then also generate a retirement income for themselves that is tax-free, because it's called a Rule 7702 plan with life insurance. And what it allows you to do is take loans against the life insurance policy. And as all of us know, there's no taxation whatsoever on a loan. There's only on income.
Right.
And so that's why that's available to Americans. And I think folks should take advantage of the two types of tax-free investments out there. At least try to convert some of your IRA money into a Roth IRA so you can really enjoy getting tax-free withdrawals from your Roth IRA in retirement, and also give that important legacy gift to your kids, because I would much rather inherit an inherited Roth IRA than an inherited IRA.
What we want you to do is pay the taxes while taxes are lower rather than when they go up in the future, as we say they're likely to do. So pay that lower tax bill, in other words. We'll stick around. There's much more to come here on Retirement Results when we come back. Step number 2 in a Results in Advance retirement plan. Stick around.
Scan the QR code on the screen with your smartphone to visit retirementresults.com/plan. That's retirementresults.com/plan. Our team is standing by and ready to start building your successful retirement plan today.
Welcome back to Retirement Results. I'm Matt McClure here alongside Ford Stokes, and we've been talking about building a results in advance retirement plan. Ford, just before the break, we were talking about taxes, everybody's favorite subject, right?
Sure.
And you wanted to share some information about historical tax rates, because in a lot of our viewers' lifetime, they have been significantly higher than they are now.
Yeah, in fact, Matt, for our viewers out there, from 1960 to 1963, during the Kennedy years, the current 24% tax bracket was actually 8% higher than 2x of where we are right now. Okay.
I was going to say 8% higher. That doesn't sound
No.
bad, but it's 2 times, and then you add another 8%
Right.
on
So
that.
it's actually 56%.
Wow.
So if people don't think that taxes can go up in the future, I would beg them to reconsider. And as our office manager, who's actually been invested with us for over 6 years, she says, I'd rather take my tax bite now. She's almost done with her entire Roth ladder conversion. And she used some of her money, what she called her car fund money. It was in an investment account money. And what she did is she took that money and paid the taxes on each one of her conversions. Now, it makes it where she's had to drive her car a few years longer. But it is interesting that she's been able to pay the taxes on each conversion, so that that money, like I said in the first segment, moves dollar for dollar from her IRA to her Roth IRA. It is mind blowing to think that the current 24% bracket was 56% in so many of our viewers' lifetimes. Because 1960, 1963, for a lot of people, doesn't seem that long ago. it's within your lifetimes, more than likely, if you're a pre-retiree or retiree, please take some coaching here and try to delete the IRS from a portion or all of at least your retirement account money.
All right, so Ford, we're moving on now to step 2 of a results in advance retirement plan, and that is deleting unnecessary fees. First of all, with this step, you got to understand how much you're paying in fees, and that involves something called an expense ratio. May sound kind of wonky to viewers out there, but in simple terms, what is an expense ratio?
Expense ratio is basically your fees within your account and within the investments and allocations within your account that don't show up on your statement. Most of the time, they rear their ugly head inside of mutual funds with 12B1 fees, A share fees, C share fees, and those can be very expensive. A lot of people come to us with 401ks, and a lot of the employment plans out there, they make their money off of the fees that come from mutual funds. So a lot of 401ks are heavily laden with mutual funds. You're looking at a 0.8 to over 1% expense ratio that comes out of the account each year. That has nothing to do with advisory or portfolio fees. Plus you have administrative fees as well. When you add up all those fees, that gives an expense ratio within your portfolio, how much you're paying as a percentage of your portfolio each year. It's an annual number. I would also say if any of our viewers do not know what an expense ratio is, or they don't know what their expense ratio is, I would strongly urge them to call us. They can also visit retirementresults.com or just call the number on the screen. And that way they can get set up with an appointment with you, myself, or Sam Davis, and we can actually help them, walk them through with a full portfolio analysis. They understand how much they're paying in what we would call hidden expenses, but in hidden fees. But really, the fees are disclosed within the prospectus, but nobody ever reads those prospectuses, right?
If you want to take a nice long nap, you probably read those
Right,
prospectus.
exactly. But so it's still, in my opinion, it's fees that you don't see on a regular basis. And so you really need to do a good job at understanding what you're paying.
Yeah, absolutely. And there are ways and different strategies that we use, obviously, at Active Wealth Management to help, delete a lot of those fees, to help get rid of those, take those off the table for folks. Talk about some of those strategies that we use to get our viewers and our clients a more fee efficient investment strategy.
Well, we do a couple of things. One is really simple. One, we usually just charge less fees than you see the wirehouses out there charging, or some of the other drive up brokerage firms that you might drive up in a shopping center or somewhere. Not that they're bad people, they help us get our starts. Some of them, people stay with them for a very long time, but those typical fees of 1.5% to 2% don't exist at Active Wealth Management. We're a lot lower. So we do, just by reducing our fees versus our competitors. That's one. The second is we try to do a bond replacement. We try to replace the income portion of someone's portfolio with fixed index annuities. So most people get their income from bonds in a typical 60-40 portfolio, 60% stocks or ETFs and 40% bonds. We try to delete the bonds out of the portfolio and invest in fixed index annuities. And there are no advisory and portfolio fees with fixed index annuities because we're fiduciaries. We're not going to double dip on people. The insurance company or the annuity company pays us a commission on the front end. That's their cost of sales and marketing, and that's it. And then we're responsible to service that annuity for the life of the annuity. And it's a pretty nice situation if you can actually delete 40% of your advisory and portfolio fees overnight.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good deal.
That is absolutely sounds great. And, we're going to dive into more of how to get more efficient with your portfolio, how to get a results in advance retirement plan. We've shared steps 1 and 2 now, and we're going to share step 3 when we come back. Stay with us. Retirement Results continues right after this. Welcome back to Retirement Results with Ford Stokes. I'm Matt McClure here alongside Ford. We've been talking about a results in advance retirement plan today and what that means for you as a viewer of the show. We've given you 2 steps so far. Step number 3 is coming up, but step number 1, minimizing taxes. Step number 2, deleting unnecessary fees. And step number 3 here, Ford, is generating more income. So important for our viewers to understand.
Yeah, we see a lot of people that come to us and they're trying to live that just in case retirement. Like, hey, I don't want to spend money just in case. I want to keep as much money as in my portfolio just in case. I don't want to join the club and play golf every day just in case, even though they don't exercise as much. Or I don't want to go get the lake house where we could spend more time with our kids and grandkids where they would come to us, but I don't want to spend that money just in case. So we see so many people, or they don't want to get the boat because just in case they want to get that pontoon boat. But what happens is when the two people in a marriage pass away and they go to heaven, what happens? The kids actually, they join the country club, they get the lake house, they get the boat, or they get the beach house or whatever that is, and they really enjoy life. And so many of our clients really prefer to enjoy their money with their kids versus their kids enjoying their money without them after they're gone.
Right.
And so we try to really help them generate greater income than the traditional 4% rule, right? So the 4% rule basically states if you don't withdraw more than 4% of your assets in any given year, you likely won't run out of money during retirement. You won't outlive your money will outlive you. But at the same time, there are financial vehicles and insurance products like fixed index annuities that allow you to invest in those products and get more than 4% and still not draw down your principal too much. And our goal is always to put people in fixed index annuities where the interest rate from that underlying index that the client enjoys and they get is greater than the withdrawal rate. And so, but also each year that you age, the annuity company will give you 0.1% more on your income.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen when you're doing your own 4% rule. And so
Right.
you can get a disproportionate share of payout from your assets if you can invest just the income portion of your portfolio into a fixed index annuity.
Yeah, and talk a little bit more, if you will, about a fixed indexed annuity, because a lot of people hear the word annuity, I feel like, and they're like, oh, I've heard bad things about that, because people, they hear commercials on the radio or see them on TV where, people are kind of bad mouthing annuities. And the thing is, a lot of times they're talking about sort of the old school annuities or products that we don't really recommend for anyone. But a fixed indexed annuity is something that we kind of use a lot for clients because of the things that you just mentioned and more.
Yeah, the negativity on annuities comes from New York and Wall Street and all the financial markets because they don't want to lose assets to fixed index annuities. They're actually superific products. They're great. I mean, that's a technical term.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Exactly. But they are fantastic products. And then the second one is around variable annuities. And we don't market or sell variable annuities because they're a security, one, they're high in fees, two, because they're a mutual fund wrapped in an annuity. So you have fees upon fees. Variable annuities represent 3 to 6% in annual fees, which is way too much in our opinion. But fixed index annuities generally have like a 0 to 1% annual fee. Mm-hmm. If you get an income rider, it'll be right around 1% generally. That's much lower than the 3 to 6% on variable annuities. So a fixed index annuity also is market linked. And so it can give you market-like gains without market risk. It also allows you to generate an income that you can never outlive contractually. Because, a fixed index annuity is a contract with an annuity company. We also work with highly rated annuity companies that are B plus and above. Most of them are triple B and above. A lot of them are A plus rated, like Nationwide. Nationwide's on her side. That's one of our primary carriers. And we're here to help people navigate that world of fixed index annuities, what works best for them. And I will just tell you, a lot of the negativity around fixed index annuities comes from the competition, which is the U.S. financial markets. It comes from Wall Street because they don't want to lose assets to fixed index annuities because those products make sense.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing is, they don't want to, people to, as you say, move their assets over to some other type of investment, and that's scary to them. But with a product like a fixed indexed annuity, it really can provide, as you say, a lifetime income stream. Also, that income is tax deferred as well. So you got tax deferred growth on that annuity.
Yeah, it's exactly the same tax treatment as your IRA.
Yeah.
So it allows it to grow unencumbered also we've got products that will actually pay 8% each year that you defer withdrawals, that you wait to make withdrawals. You get paid 8% interest on your original premium that you invested each year.
Yeah.
So also you can get up to 25% bonus on your money into the income account. That's a pretty great situation. And the reason why the annuities companies can do this now is and give these high participation rates is because they're required to invest 100% of those dollars into the 10-year U.S. Treasury, because annuities are regulated by the states. They've got to balance their budgets. I personally feel much better investing in a 100% financial reserve product versus a 10% financial reserve product with CDs, right?
Yeah.
But what's great about this is it's now that 10-year U.S. Treasury is yielding triple what it's done traditionally throughout my career. Usually it's been about 1.4 to 1.8.
Yeah.
And in today's times, right now with the interest rates so much higher, you're looking at a yield rate of literally 4.5, 4.6, which is, as the British would say, is treble or triple
Yes.
of where it's been traditionally. So therefore they can give you more or a higher participation rate, if you will, in that index. And so you can do much better.
Yeah, you really can. A lot of great opportunities there for folks. And if any of that sounds good to you, like something you want to explore or hear about, a results in advanced retirement plan, get started with the team here at Active Wealth Management today. You can do that by scanning the QR code that's right there on your screen. You can also call the number that's on your screen as well, or just go to retirementresults.com. Well, stick around. There's much more to come. We've got another game of right or wrong. Sam Davis is going to join us and lead us in that when we come back. Stick around. More retirement results right after this. Welcome back. This is Retirement Results. I'm Matt McClure here alongside Ford Stokes, and we welcome now in our very own Sam Davis, who is always joining us on these episodes to lead us in another edition of Right or Wrong. Glad to have you back.
Yeah, happy to be back this weekend. And Ford, I've got one for you because we get a lot of questions from the retirees and pre-retirees out there. So I like to come on, help clear up those misconceptions. And the first one's for Ford. Is this right or wrong? You don't need to work for the government or even have access to a defined benefit plan to create your own personal pension.
That's actually right. You can take even just investment account money and place it into a fixed index annuity and create your own personal pension. You could turn on income whenever you'd like. Generally, they like you to wait about a year to go ahead before you turn on income, let that money grow in season. Also, what's nice about those products, Sam, is that they're 100% financial reserve products versus a bank CD. They're 3 to 10% financial reserve. Personally, I'd rather invest in a 100% financial reserve product.
Yeah, I know you guys have been talking about getting your results in advance. That is a great tool to accomplish just that. Matt, this next one's for you. Is this right or wrong? Pre-retirees aged 50 and older can contribute more to an IRA or a Roth IRA each year, allowing them to catch up and increase their savings for retirement.
Yeah, that is absolutely right. If you are in your 50s, time is on your side here because you've got more time to then make up. If you feel like you're behind on your retirement contributions, you actually have an opportunity to contribute more. And that's to the tune of $1,000 more than, say, if you're in your 40s, 30s, 20s, whatever. If you are 50 or above, you can contribute $1,000 more. And Ford, I think those limits now, what is it, $6,500 and $7,500?
That was for 2023. And then for 2024, it's $7,000 and $8,000. Wow. So that's a significant amount of money that you can put aside.
Yeah, it really is. And that goes up. Those maxes go up $500 a year as we go on through, as time passes, as it right. So often does.
That's right. Exactly.
All right, Ford, I got one more for you. Is this right or wrong? According to multiple recent surveys, the top concern of retirees is running out of money, and many seniors fear this potential reality more than death itself.
Yeah, believe it or not, unfortunately, that is right. People are much more concerned about being burdens on their children and outliving their money than even death. And it's a sad state of affairs. We've seen tons of surveys out there where less than a majority of people feel like they have enough money to retire in the United States. Also, with things like the Old Age Survivors Insurance Trust Fund being depleted by 2033, according to the Congressional Budget Office and the Social Security Administration. It's a real concern for a lot of people that, hey, what happens when I get a 23% cut across the board with my Social Security income as well? So it's not just their own personal finances. They're worried about Social Security not paying as much as that they're getting right now. So you really need to get a plan. I would encourage people to go ahead and reach out to us at retirementresults.com and get started.
Yeah, it really is one of the top ways to ease that big concern is meeting with some licensed professionals who can help you. You know, if you have a plan, you're much more likely to sleep better at night and not have that concern.
Yeah, and speaking of licensed professionals, actually, while we're on the subject of Social Security, I just wanted to say Ford is a registered Social Security analyst. Talk to our viewers just a second while we have just a minute here before the end of the show, exactly what that means and what advantage that can bring to them.
Well, I mean, I'm very fortunate to be one of only 15 registered Social Security analysts in the state of Georgia. I think there's only 7 of us in Alabama. And so we are going to be able to help you maximize your Social Security income. There's over 2,000 decision points within Social Security. A lot of people think it's just an on-off switch. It's a lot more than that. And married couples have a lot of decisions they can make too to maximize their Social Security income between their own benefit and spousal benefits, things like that. I would encourage people to reach out to us at retirementresults.com just to get started and to get that RSSA roadmap so they can get going to maximizing their own Social Security income.
Yeah, absolutely. Great thing there, and great to have you with that certification so that you are able to help people even more, with that specialization in Social Security also. Sam, thank you for leading us in Right or Wrong. We appreciate that as well.
Yeah, happy to be here. I love talking about this stuff and helping all the pre-retirees out there.
We'll do it again next time.
Will do.
All right. Well, thank you, our viewers, for joining us for another edition of Retirement Results. That's going to be all the time we have this time around, but we really do appreciate you joining us each and every week. And, if you want to reach out to us, as Ford said, we would appreciate that. And we would love to help you with any of your retirement planning needs. Just go to retirementresults.com. You can also call the number that is on your screen right now, or take out your phone, scan that QR code that you see on the screen, and that will take you directly to our website so we can get you started on your Results in Advance retirement plan. For Ford Stokes and Sam Davis, I'm Matt McClure. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you again next time for more Retirement Results.
Visit retirementresults.com/plan. Our team is standing by and ready to start building your successful retirement plan today.
Ford Stokes and Active Wealth Management are not affiliated with or endorsed by the Social Security Administration or any other government agency. Information provided is not intended as tax or legal advice and should not be relied on as such. You're encouraged to seek tax or legal advice from an independent professional. Any comments regarding safe and secure products and guaranteed income streams refer only to fixed insurance products. They do not refer in any way to securities or investment advisory products. Fixed insurance and annuity product guarantees are subject to the claims-paying ability of the issuing company and are not offered by Brookstone. Any bonuses mentioned may be subject to additional restrictions and regulations based on the offering annuity company. You may not receive the bonuses if the contract is fully surrendered or if traditional annuitization payments are taken. And if the policy is partially surrendered, it could result in a partial loss of bonuses. Because these are bonus annuities that may include higher surrender charges, longer surrender charge periods, lower caps, higher spreads, or other restrictions that are not included in similar annuities that don't offer a bonus feature.
Registered investment advisors and investment advisor representatives act as fiduciaries for all of our investment management clients. We have an obligation to act in the best interest of our clients and to make full disclosure of any conflicts of interest, if any exist.